Okay, so this the question I get asked a lot from couples, from the husband or the wife, the same, and it's happens almost in every couple. Literally, I get that question all the time. So that doesn't mean you're not special, but it means it's something special to work on because it's something we all have to deal with. So what I'm talking about, I'm talking about the guys' night out or girls' night out. Usually it's the opposite. Usually it's the guys' nights out. There's also, I would say, a difference between the first year of marriage and the other years of marriage, but meaning that the first year of marriage, there shouldn't be a night where we're not with our spouse. Obviously there's exceptions, but we should be very attentive and very careful to be there for our spouse as much as she wants and or he wants, and make sure to ask, is it okay if I go out with my friends, because that's the respectful way to do it. You're not asking. So what is the idea? What is the idea? Is that we have a tendency to ask, not want to ask, especially guys. Guys, we have big egos. I'm a man, macho, and I don't need to ask my wife what I want to do, where I want to go, with who, when, what. I'm a man. I never did that before, and why should I ask for permission? I'm not her dog, right? For better word, lack of a better word. So, but the truth is, it's looking at it completely in a wrong way. That's what society makes you want to say, to feel like a man. Yeah, I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. This is my choice. Well, that's nothing to do with marriage. I'm sorry. A real couple, a real husband, will always be sensitive to how the wife feels. And yes, women are very needy emotionally. They want you, and you should be lucky. You should be happy that they want you, because they're people who feel alone and they wish there was someone that wants them. So yes, sometimes it can be overwhelming. Always be there. She always want me to be there. She always, I can never go out. She always needs me. Well, yeah, that's why you got married, to be there for someone, to give yourself over to someone. So yes, you need your space. You have the whole day. I mean, you go work, you go thing, and you need, go to the gym or stuff. So that's fine, but we need to create a balance, a healthy balance, right? And we have to create that balance with sensitivity and without hurting the other. A woman is very sensitive. A woman is here to teach you how to feel connected to someone else, completely connected, and to learn to be truly in love with the other, and pay attention to the other. They teach us how to be super sensitive beings, because it's great to be sensitive. Right? You have guys always says, "Oh, she's so sensitive. She cries for nothing." Well, yeah. Well, you don't want to cry for nothing. Sometimes, obviously, it's a little bit too much. But the idea is, if my wife, I remember there were moments in my wife, I said something and she started crying, like, but it was not. I didn't even mean something. It didn't even mean something bad or against her or anything. It's just something. So it teaches us that we have to be careful with the words we use. The world is a fragile world. We have to learn how to speak to children. We have to learn to speak to people without offending them. And women are very good at that. They are all full of emotions. And we men, we have to be careful with those emotions. We have to care. That's a man. Men don't cry. That's in the Hollywood movies. The real men cry. Real men have emotions. Real men are sensitive. Real men show vulnerability. And the woman is here to create that balance. So yes, you're not supposed to be as sensitive as a woman and cry as much as a woman. And, you're not supposed to be a woman. But you're supposed to be sensitive and balance your woman self, your female energy in you that is usually out of proportion with your male self, your male ego, which is very strict or not emotional, very intellectual, very macho, very self-centered. So you need to create that balance. So to go more to the point, you want to go out. First of all, I always advise you should go out with your friends. You should go out with your friends, ideally when she is Nida. That's already a better time. When she's not Nida, Ona means her time, technically. The mitzvah to be intimate with your wife, it means her time, meaning it's her time, and you have to be sensitive to her time, because her time to where she most probably need you. So when it's her time, I would definitely show sensitivity, and ask in advance. Darling, is it okay if tomorrow night my friends invited me to come to gathering? Is it okay if I go? Would you be fine with it? And that's not putting yourself down or asking permission. It's being sensitive to how she feels about it. If she feels like, oh, I wanted so much to be with you tomorrow night. So if you're a good husband, your wife is number one. That's true love. Okay, you need your time with your friends. Okay, yeah, understand that. But you can do it at other times. Sometimes I'll be the exception. If it's a one-time thing, you explain to her it's a one-time thing. Okay, maybe she might be more open, or you can tell her, you know what, I'll go tomorrow night, but the night after we'll go date. I'll take you on a date. Okay, that changes the conversation. Instead, it's like, wow, you never let me go out. You can go the whole thing. When you can transform the whole thing, find the right way to say things. Don't make it into a thing. Don't let your ego get to your head and start or get to your heart and start, feeling hurt and, not loved and not respected right. So that's childish. So that's one thing, and when she is Nida, then it's a better time already, because it's not her time. But even though it's not her time, we understand as men, or again, it applies to men and women, but especially men, you want to go out, plan it in advance. Says, I need to go out. I would, if you're smart, as a spouses, you would make a schedule. Just like you go to the gym every day or whatever, every night. You make a schedule where you have that guys' night out or girls' night out, and that's the night. And then if exceptionally, you want, like, I really don't feel well, I wish you could stay with me on that night, even though it's the guys' night out, then that'd be great. Or we can do an allowance of one guy's night out a month or two. Like that is an understanding that we need to go. I need to go out. It's important for me, self-care. So speak it out. Don't fight about it. And be sensitive to what she needs. That's really that, to her feelings. Women's, yes, are very moody and very ups and downs. And it's your job to learn to be synchronized, to know how she feels. And learning to be with your wife is also, yes, very hard. Not for everyone, but for many, that's why the quarantine and Corona was very hard, because a lot of couples couldn't stand each other because they're good and want to be together, but as soon as there's a bit tension, they leave. If you truly love someone, you can stay 24 hours with them, enjoying each other. learning to enjoy each other, learn how to play game, you learn how to, speak about conversation about the other. I made a video about, how to learn to enjoy each other, because that's a real issue also. But that's what I'm talking about, right? We should prefer to spend time with our spouse most of the time. Okay, so if she feels that, like, when you are with her, you're really present with her, right? You give her really the love she needs, then you go once in a while, it's fine. But to conclude, I would like to say, it's not about it's okay to ask. I mean, don't feel like you're nobody for asking for permission. You're not asking for permission. You're sharing your need to go out. Say it in the right way, and show that you're sensitive. I would really like to go out that night, but I want to know if it was okay with you. I don't know if you had plans, if you wanted us to go out together. I didn't go out for a long time, and I need to cool off. Your wife doesn't understand why you would want to cool off more with your friends than with a woman, with her. You have more fun with your friends than with me, right? You have to understand what's going on in the woman's mind, which is all emotional. He wants to cool off for me, right? So we have to be careful. So anyway, those are ideas for thoughts. But remember that whatever you do in life is for the purpose of being one with your wife. So if you say, you going out with your friends, it should be, why I'm going out, so that I have a blast. I can let my ego go with my friends and just get some adrenaline or whatever. And so when I come back, I'm fully re-energized to spend time with my wife, all that, like that. That's really how we should think. So I hope that was helpful, and hopefully, you'll know how to deal with it next time it happens. All right. Have a beautiful day.